See, comments like this to me are just so fucking hilarious because one, why the fuck would I ever give a fuck about being cute? I'm sorry, let me rephrase that. About my body count being cute or not to somebody. That's childish. Two, how the f would you even know what somebody's body count is? Like, really? Like, how would you truly know if somebody was lying to you or not? Oh, right, you wouldn't. It's fine though, girl, because this type of mindset, it honestly just gets you lied to. Like, let's be real. If you think like this, men are just gonna lie to you, because if you think that the guys that you are letting hit have one body, you're tripping.
Nigga, what?
And he says, what are the signs a woman has a high body count? Just got on here. The signs that a woman have a high body count is if she's aging. You have to learn to look at the texture of her skin. All right. The more makeup she piles on at a later age, anything after 25 that's piling makeup on, all right, has a high body count. You have to understand that inside of a woman's body, it's a male microchimerism. That's what it's called. Male microchimerism inside of her body. Every time a woman sleeps with a man, she collects his DNA. Every time she collects his DNA, it goes to her male microchimerism inside of her body. And she takes on the DNA of that man. So after about 5 guys, women would never be the same again because of the DNA inside of their body taken on of a man. You have to realize a woman's body is designed to take on this DNA. DNA attaches to her. Germs attach to her. Women are always, he's right, telegony. Telegony is what it's called. Women are always needing to take a shower. Women always need to go to the doctor to get their pH balance checked. Why? Because their body is constantly holding on to DNA. A man's body is constantly putting off DNA. This is why we ejaculate. This is why we can go days without taking a shower and not even feel it, because our body is constantly putting off DNA. We're putting pheromones out. Woman's body is constantly accepting it so she could turn it into a creature. Her body is designed to create a life. So the more guys that she's with, the more her body has tried to create life over and over again, and it throws her hormones off. This is what keeps her from enabling to be in a good relationship. It's all biological. That's what you have to understand. The more she sleeps with a guy, the more her body tells her, hey, let's try to create a baby with this guy. This is how come women can turn into breeders real easy. How many times have you guys came across a baby mama with like 4 kids, about 4 different dudes, but she's the greatest mom in the world? Seems like the biggest hoe, but she takes care of her kids. She does it flawlessly. Why? Because of the microchimerisms in her brain. She's developed the mind of a man, so she could do man shit and female shit at the same damn time. That's not good. This is what a lot of black women have. They have this trait. When other women start to sleep with multiple guys, you would notice they have the same traits as a black woman. You take a white girl and you put her around a black woman and she starts to hang around a black woman, she'll start to do the same thing if she sleeps with more than 2 guys. She'll start to act like her, walk like her, talk like her. She gonna want eyelashes like her. She gonna want a hair like that. Why? Because she's taking on the DNA of the black dudes that she's sleeping with. It's that simple. That's what you have to understand about women who have a high body count. Their structure on the outside starts to diminish. So they age fast. You take a girl who been a cute girl their whole life, she'll be up in her 40s still looking good. You take, like, think about it. You could take a wife that's been married for 20 years, right? And if she's been with the same guy, she's gonna age slower than a woman who's been married multiple times in her life and have kids by different men. Women who have kids by different men get fatter, they get bigger, they look old faster. Women who have the least amount of guys in their life age slower. So if you want to know she has a high body count, look at her age and look at how much older she is from her age. That tells you if she has a high body count. Don't listen to nothing that comes out of her mouth. She got bags underneath her eyes, high body count. Dark lips, high body counts. You got to realize, when it's all said and done, girls who sleep around a lot do two things: smoke cigarettes and wine, or drink. They do smoke cigarettes. I'm letting you know that right now. Or they are a drinker. They're the type that you think they just some innocent girl, then all of a sudden she the white girl, drunk girl walking around. Or she a black girl who white girl wasted. So you got to understand that girls who sleep around a lot cannot handle the pressures of life, because the ones that sleep around, they need the dopamine releases from the orgasms that they get having it. That's why when they start sleeping around, after a while, a man's not going to be able to do it for him. Hold on real second. A man's not going to be able to do it for him. Big shout outs to my man. I should have been did this. Big shout outs to your boy Jarvis. Thanks for answering my questions. Big shout outs, bro. I should have been answered that, but we got you. Get back here. Yeah, like I was saying, once she takes on these traits of a man, these man characteristics, she's gonna have a sex drive like a man. She's gonna wanna sleep around all the time. And then after a while, if she stays around the same type of beta males, they'll know she the hoe. Everybody will know oh, there goes such and such, anybody can hit it. There's such and such. Eventually she becomes just that girl that guys sleep with after she go through her little lesbian phase. The ones that jump into lesbianhood in their 30s are the hoes. So if you meet a girl that says, I done dealt with a girl, I done did this with a girl, leave that alone. Leave that alone. Because before they get to messing around with a girl, they done already been ran through with guys. I'm letting you know that right now. Before they start messing with girls, they've been ran through with a guy. Because the only reason why they're with the woman is because they cannot climax no more with the guy. Once that pussy hole gets stretched out and there's no feeling there anymore, all she doing is just closing her eyes, waiting for you to finish. That's how it is. You ask any girl that's been for the streets, you ask any of these girls that walk around on the streets and the one that sell that, these IG models. The reason why they don't mind going and getting flew out is because they're so stretched out, they don't feel anything. All they're gonna do is get drunk, numb out the pain, and collect a check. And they know that guy gonna be off to another girl the next day. So understand, they age. That's the only way you can know she's been sleeping around. Because based off of how desperate you are and based off of your life experiences, you may not be able to spot her. You may just be still paying attention to what's coming out of her mouth. And if you're paying attention to what's coming out of her mouth, you losing either way. Pay attention to her eyes. Are there bags underneath her eyes? Is her lip black? Is this part of her neck a different color than here? Is she starting to get droopy chin? Like, you got to start watching these. They age really, really, really fast when they're for the streets. All right, Rockabelly, big shout outs, bro. Hopefully I was able to answer your question. He said, thanks for answering it. All right, so at least he got me there. Let's go back up, see.